You know, let's just be honest for just a second. This entire case has been a hell of a roller coaster, right? Over this past holiday break, I think many of you guys got to enjoy time with your family and everything. I think one of the things that hit me over the holiday season is thinking about these people's families, not just these kids' families, but the victims. And let me make this clear. Everyone that wasn't the murderer is a victim. That includes the people that knew these kids, the people that's involved, even being accused of things. Even if we were to go all the way to the Joe V's and the Chef Dizzies and all these people, because if they didn't do anything, they're a victim. If Jack D didn't do anything, he's a victim. If Jack S didn't do anything, he's a victim. What I mean is every single person attached to this case had this case happen right smack in the middle of the holiday season. And so as I sat here alone with my dog, I said to we all go through the moments. This is the first Christmas I've spent alone in my entire adult life. You get to put things in perspective. And you say, well, it could be so much worse. Imagine if I was Gonsalves or Maddie Mogan's father or any of this, right? Guys, I'm JB Gunner, and this is Crime Time with JB Gunner. Today what we're going to be talking about is a couple things. Maddie Mogan's father has spoke out. We're going to be talking about that. Not just that, but some of these YouTube sleuths, these goobers, they're making a big deal about video body cam footage of a dude wearing zip ties months ago. By the way, there's nothing wrong with zip ties and handcuffs and restraints. Just saying. I'm JB Gunner. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go.
Bring it back.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys all had a fantastic Christmas. Mine was here and there. My dumb ass forgot that they didn't sell liquor in my area on Christmas. So I was like, oh man. So yeah, I had a really chilled out Christmas and all of that. Guys, I hope you guys all had a fantastic one. Before we get into this, I'm going to say first and foremost, thank you to everybody that supports the channel. Truth is, guys, I couldn't do this each and every day as often as I do without you, the Gun Squad. Thank you guys so much. With all that being said, if you too find value in my content, feel free to hit the links down below and support the channel today. Join the Gun Squad. While you're down there, you can find some of my other content if you get into politics, things like that. As long as you're not a snowflake, don't come over there whining and crying and wearing 35 face masks and things like that. It's probably not going to work out, but I keep that shit separated from my true crime channel. Let's go ahead and proceed, though, today. And, guys, I may be live a little bit later. I'm starting to get back in the swing of things. Let's just call it what it is with this case. There's not a whole lot of breaking news, and a lot of you guys only seem interested in this case, so I could dive into other true crime shit. There's a lot of other topics I want to talk about, but it seems like you guys are hyper-focused on this case, and I see it because I see the numbers when I try to do content on another case. So right now, this is what we're talking about here on this channel, and this is what we're going to be talking about this morning. Let's go ahead and get right on into this, though, because it's got some interesting shit going on. Idaho victim Maddie Mogan screaming. All right, no, you know what? Let me start here. I just want to show you something. This is not a knock on Evil Exists because there's plenty of channels talking about this. All right? If you look right here, you will see a video that came out from Truth and Transparency, which was body cam footage. All over the place, you see people making a big fucking deal. Because one of the dudes, that's Kaylee right there, that was being, when the police came out there to her home. You'll see a dude right there who also came to the thing, and he had zip ties on his wrist. And all the vanilla people, all the boring fucks, they're all flipping out. See, normal people that have actually sex and things like that, we don't flip out at zip ties and handcuffs and restraints. And let me tell you who else doesn't flip out about zip ties and restraints and handcuffs. College kids. And it doesn't even mean it is sexual, because I'm going to show you exactly why it's really goofy that people are bringing up body cam footage from months prior to the murders and saying, why are these people wearing zip ties? Because not all of us just do it missionary, baby. Not all of us just do it missionary. But let's go ahead and check it out. Let's go to the Urban Dictionary. Let's show you what we're talking about right here. Zip tie, also known as cuff and chuck. A zip tie is an event in which you and a partner are zip tied or cuffed together in some fashion and can only be freed from bondage upon drinking and finishing a fifth of hard liquor or a suitcase of beer. The winning pair is deemed champions, but nobody wins this game, it says. Anyways, you do understand they're college kids. Now, chances are, see, if you see zip ties in my house, that means we're fucking. And when it comes to college kids, the likelihood of seeing zip ties around their wrist in the middle of the daytime on a noise complaint, it's clear that the reason for the zip ties is a drinking game. It's not that hard to understand. But if you look at all these people, Jonathan Riches investigates all of these different people, they're like, what? Why is there zip ties? The only reason you don't know is because you're a boring motherfucker. Let's just call it what it is. You gotta have the most boring dick or pussy on the planet. Vanilla is shit. Why? What's that neon wand that you have, JB? Bitch, I got cattle prods in my house. Yeah, I get kinky. You understand what I'm saying? But then no. Listen. If you don't know what something means, maybe you should just ask instead of just being ignorant and boring and making weird accusations. I don't understand the zip ties. I don't understand boring people. That's a weird fucking thing. This is a weird thing. What is this little rubber ring, JB? What does this mean? It goes around your cock, dummy. Just boring people. All right. Fuck them. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back to this. Sorry about that. Idaho victim Maddie Mogan's grieving dad claims killer made a mistake at scene which will lead to their capture. I find this interesting. For quadruple murder which shocked the world. I'm going to be honest here. I think this is wishful thinking on his end. But maybe he knows something we don't know. Remember, Steve Gonsalves had came out here and he'd made it clear that he knew some shit that we didn't know. He was trying to tell us, right? Is Maddie's dad doing the exact same thing? As the case reaches its 6-week mark, Maddie's dad, Ben Mogan, said people don't get away with these things these days. Actually, they do, Ben. Actually, they do. More times than not. You understand the homicide rate, the homicide clearance rate in America is 50%. And we've already discussed this. The likelihood of the Idaho killer getting away right now is more yes than no. Especially when you got a goofy, inexperienced, inept sheriff's department, police department in Idaho. Let's just call it what it is. The odds of this killer getting caught is less than him getting away. And I know some of you hate to hear that. Some of you hate to believe that. But statistics, all right, numbers don't lie. You do. Numbers do not lie. Statistically, the chances are this killer's getting away, whether you like it or don't like it. It's the truth. He said that with DNA and videos everywhere, it's not something that will go unsolved. Tell that to the 50% of the cases that go unsolved, okay? Mogan expressed gratitude for investigators who are working around the clock and through the holidays to get justice for his daughter. I'm not sure that they were. Guys, all you gotta do is look here. These guys for a while was posting regular updates, and you can clearly see. They took Christmas break the fuck off, didn't they? Last video was 12/20/22. That's a week ago. And they were starting to drop them regularly. Am I lying? Just saying. And all you got to do is look at shit like this, and you will clearly, let me show you this. I want you to see this right here. I want you to see how frustrated this man gets while simultaneously telling you he has nothing. Watch this. Hold on. Son of a bitch, play the video.
Is there any way of knowing right now, and again, I know there's things you can't say, but of whether this this murderer is still in the area or may be far away by now?
Like I said, we're not disclosing any of that, but
Listen, he says, like I said, we're not disclosing any of that. And then he immediately goes into disclosing all of it.
there's some of that we just don't know at this point.
They
We're
don't
still
know.
trying to put everything together. We've said all along that
All right, I'm gonna let you hear the whole thing. He started out saying, "Hey, you know we can't release details like that, but since you asked, no, we don't know shit. No, we don't know shit. It's just something we don't know." No, brother, you were supposed to stick to that initial story, because now you look dumb and frustrated. But let's go ahead. I'll play from the beginning.
Is there any way of knowing right now, and again, I know there's things you can't say, but of whether this this murderer is still in the area or may be far away by now?
like I said, we're not disclosing any of that, but there's some of that we just don't know at this point. We're still trying to put everything together. We've said all along that we need people to be vigilant. We need people to pay attention because we're not sure exactly where the individual is.
Well, damn, that's
Is there any
sucks.
way of knowing right now, and again, I know there's things you can't say, but
Oh,
this,
yeah.
this
I forgot
murderer-
this thing plays on loops. So he goes on, and this is what's crazy about it, right? He's like, we can't really tell you that, but since we're here, I'll tell you, we don't know shit. Yeah, Maddie Mogan's father is really confident with these clowns. Idaho victim Maddie Mogan's grieving dad said he is convinced the killer made a mistake at the scene and will lead to their capture, but admits he is surprised that he's still waiting for answers because these times, not everybody understands how rare killers get caught. And I'm going to be honest with you, most people don't. In fact, it would surprise you even more sometimes when you find out the police come out and just straight up lie to you. Anybody that believes Debbie Collier set herself on fire after driving 60 miles north when she was supposed to go to a University of Georgia Bulldogs game, she just said, no, I think I'll just drive 60 miles up north and set myself on fire. Anybody that really believes that? You're gullible, at the least, right? And so, no, believe it or not, these cases, a lot of times, don't get solved. From the very beginning, he says, I've known that people won't get away with these things these days. It actually happens all the time. Ben Mogan said, as the case reaches its 6-week mark, there's too many things that you can get caught up in, like DNA and videos everywhere. That isn't something that people get away with that goes unsolved. Wrong. 100% wrong. It's false hope, and I'm glad he feels good about it, but 100% wrong. I can sit here and tell you, if I counted all the things in my life I've gotten away with, it's more things than I've gotten caught with. In fact, most of you, the same thing. Right or wrong, answer me in the comment section. Have you gotten away with more things than you've gotten caught with? Just asking. And that could be anything. That could mean anything. If you guys are cheating whores and shit, use that as an example. It doesn't have to be murder or crime. It can be. It should be, though, if we're going to talk about it with this case. But think about it. Most people have gotten away with more than they've gotten caught. Just saying. Just saying. You don't believe me? Think about all the lies you've told. And don't give me no bullshit. I've never told a lie, JB. Save that for your husband, bitch. Say that bullshit for your husband. Oh, tell me that shit. Think about all the lies you've told. How many of them have you actually got caught in? Most of the lies you've told in your life, you got away with, right? Just being real. Just being real. Let's continue. There's too many. All right, Mogan continues to grapple with the excruciating loss of his 21-year-old daughter, Maddie, who he described as smart, funny, a real go-getter. I believe that. Beautiful young woman. I feel sorry for my man right there, man. I know he's going through a lot of heartbreak. The day of his daughter's vigil, Mogan said that investigators spent 3 hours talking with him. He expressed gratitude for all they have done so far, but still has so many unanswered questions as his daughter's killer remains unaccounted for. There's so many questions that I figured would be answered, and we're still waiting, he says. The grieving dad said that one of the lead investigators stays in constant contact with him. That's pretty good. That's awesome to hear. He said the frequent updates is something he appreciates, particularly with all of the online speculation, gossip, and misinformation that has emerged that he said is hurtful. Sir? Bro, you understand it's your faith in the police's misinformation that makes you think they'll get caught because you think people don't get away with shit these days. Maybe you should listen to a few online people. Maybe you should hear me out and shake the fucking police up and say, "Hey, give me my fucking get your ass on the move." The grieving, it's hard for me to read all of these articles, Smokin said. I can get all my news about it right from the investigators. Yeah, good luck with that. And I don't have to try and drudge through all the misinformation. How's that working out for you, brother? How's that working out for you? Just asking. But also spoke of his gratitude that investigators are able... You know what? Shit like this pisses me off. You got millions of people all around the world caring about you and your fucking kid. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone because it's holidays. He's hurt, but some of these people got a lot of fucking nerve, man. Like you should. I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. Morgan. You should be happy that people give a fuck about you and your kid. That we give a fuck about combing through the information when we know they're holding shit from you or just doing a horrible job. I understand there's a lot of bullshit out there, but there's also a lot of good shit out there. You look at all the content creators, the Grizzlies, I'll even throw Gray Hughes in there. Myself. There's a million others. Truth and Transparency. There's so many others that's out there that I believe, for the most part, genuinely have your daughter in their hearts. You see what I'm saying? Like, maybe you should appreciate that a little bit. Just saying. Because the cops sure the fuck ain't giving you nothing. That's why you're talking to the Daily Mail, right? Or wherever you're talking to. But also spoke of the gratitude for the investigators are trying to tap into the resources from across the country, the FBI, and that they are working around the clock, including the holidays, to find those responsible so he can get justice for his daughter, of course. Justice. I have to just know that he goes on to say, I have to just know that they know what they're doing. And if they don't, then they know someone that does. It must be nice to have that kind of blind faith. It must be nice to have that kind of blind faith. I have to believe in it, and I have to believe in it. Yeah, I understand that, bro. And maybe that's the difference between you and Gonsalves. Gonsalves is like, nah, fuck that. I ain't got to believe in shit. He's holding the cops accountable, their feet to the fire every day. Where you have some people that handle grief differently, like, I have to believe, I have to believe, I have to believe. Well, maybe. Let's go back. The distraught Morgan said he is trying to get through each day. That's sad shit to me, man. This was the first Christmas without Maddie for their close-knit family. That's horrendous. A memorial service, he said, has been planned to remember his daughter. He described as someone who inspired him. I'm so proud to be able to say that she was my daughter and that she was doing what she was doing with her life and where she was headed. She was living the life that she deserved. Sad shit. It breaks my heart. It really does. There's not too much else that we're going to go through. We'll probably do another video or a live stream here in a little bit. Basically, nothing real is going on at the moment. I do think you clowns with the zip tie shit is a little goofy. Y'all really need to get some good pussy or something because y'all are just understand what a neon wand is, JB. What? I know. Why do you have that? You know what, let me just leave it alone. They're just zip ties. For either the drinking game or some people are just freaky as shit. It's just the way it goes. I feel bad for Maddie's dad, especially at this time. And I feel even worse for him because I feel like he's really gullible at this point. And I hate to be disrespectful and say that, but yeah, if you believe in this egg-headed fucking police chief right now, if you believe in him like this, when clearly so many mistakes are being made, clearly he has nothing. They've said it over and over. They have no leads. They have no suspects. He just went, I don't know if the motherfucker, he literally just said it. I have no clue whether they're here or not because he has no clear clue about anything. Mark my words, this case is going unsolved. It's going unsolved, at least for years to come. This will be another one of them Delphi things where somebody slips up later. Maybe. Guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you agree with me? Are you one of them zip tie people? Can I get it? Can all my freaks, not the great huge freaks, can the real freaks that understand the zip ties and cuffs, it's no big deal to us, can y'all give me a shout out in the comment section? Before the rest of you guys, did you guys think really the zip ties on a months old video, body cam footage somehow is connected to the murders in November? I'm just curious, just asking for a friend. Let me know in the comment section what you think. I feel really bad for Mr. Mogan. But I do think he's really gullible right now. I think the police I think law enforcement in this investigation, just like Delphi, is doing a completely inept, horrible job. They have nothing. There's nothing to be had. Unless this was a professional, these people let college kids probably get over on them. The only excuse that these Moscow police have is if this was a serial killer. Someone that's good at this. If it happens to be Jack D, Jack S, one of these fucking little young college idiots, bro, how the fuck you let a college kid outsmart you? Like, seriously. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time with JB Gunner. I love you guys. Hope you guys all had a great holiday. If you like what I do here and you want to support the channel, links are down below. I love you guys. I will get back to you with another videos very, very soon. Potentially live stream noonish, somewhere around there. So whenever the fuck I feel like it today. It's still holiday season. My schedule for the rest of this year is just going to be here and there when I feel like it. Because I got a lot I'm planning for the new year. Hopefully you guys understand that. Big things coming to not just this channel, but my other channels in 2023. Kind of just like you guys, chilling out the rest of the year, doing some work. Obviously, bills need paid. But ultimately, I enjoy having these conversations with you. You guys all be cool. I love you guys. Hope you guys had a good one. Be cool.